Good day, awesome YouTubers. It is LollyMan16 here for another Dragon Ball Super review on episode 51, and this is going to be 51, and the title is Toki o Koeta Omoi, Trunks to Mai, and in the translation is Feelings That Transcend Time, Trunks and Mai. So this episode was pretty laid back, I'd say. Quite a bit of dialogue in this episode, not very much action, but we did get some good flashbacks to, Mai and stuff and attacking. Basically, it's Mai and a bunch of soldiers trying to attack Black and trying to defeat Black. And so that's kind of what we're going with this. It's kind of interesting to see what's going on. But anyway, so in the beginning, just where we left off of last episode, we get Trunks, or Bulma rather, explaining to the Z Warriors and everyone that, it is the time machine that Cell used, and obviously we knew this because the broken glass and the moss and stuff. And there's a couple of flashbacks that Bulma mentions on how basically basically we have flashbacks of Bulma pretty much asking Trunks for the extra time machine before he heads back to the future after Cell was defeated. A couple interesting things here. Bulma, and of course all these translations come from Herms, as always, so big shout out to him. She's trying to research the time machine, but she couldn't figure it out and stuff, and basically more flashbacks to reinforce basically the future Bulma is smarter and stuff than the present Bulma, but that's kind of beside the point. So they can't go, first of all, because the time machine is broken and they need to fix it before they can go, so they'll need time to take it off. Goku asks Whis for more training, which I'm like, why does he need more training? Maybe they think that Black is really strong or whatever, but anyway, Goku asks Whis for more training. Just a couple of interesting points here. So after this, Beerus and Whis, they're still saying, yeah, it's kind of dumb that the mortals, or quote-unquote the mortals, are time traveling and all that stuff, of course. Then afterwards we cut back to a flashback, or it's not really a flashback, we cut to another scene where Black's pretty much, what happens here is he goes into Goku's, so remember guys, from last episode, he was all alone in the future, and what he does here is he gets into Goku's stance. This is quite interesting. He does get into Goku's stance, and so he does this, and there's like, it shows like rippling effects of like images of Goku. Basically it's to explain that Black's powers are Goku's, in the sense that Goku's memories are engraved into Black, so Black is getting even stronger. We learned this from the last episode. He gets stronger and gains Goku's more abilities. So anyway, he wants to know more about Goku and he wants to get stronger. So after this, we cut back to the present, where not future, but Dr. Briefs and his wife come in to see what's going on, and Bulma's trying to tell her father to fix the time machine, Cell's time machine anyway, because obviously she cannot fix it herself. So anyway, they go right into this. But first of all, Dr. Briefs' wife notices future Trunks, and she's kind of that character like, oh, it's future Trunks again, and they have a small scene. And then there's another scene here where future Trunks is basically, what happens here is that they talk about Mai, and future Trunks like, oh, it's Mai, because obviously Mai died in the future, and so future Trunks goes into a long flashback, pretty much explaining the entire thing of what happened in the future when Black first arrived. And so he explains to the present Mai that he knew her in the future and all that stuff, and we get a flashback, or it's kind of like a future flashback, where future Trunks is having a flashback of his own timeline, wherein there's like a resistance, the human resistance, trying to find Black. What happens is, so the resistance tries to attack Black with guns and all that ammunition, Goku Black does kind of the Master Roshi thing, where he grabs all the bullets really fast. Of course, this is no problem for him. He's definitely capable of collecting them all with his extremely fast reflexes. So he does all this, but then with him not noticing, they set off bombs. Basically, so he's surrounded by a city practically with a whole bunch of skyscrapers, broken skyscrapers. They set up bombs to destroy the base of those buildings. The buildings collapse on top of Black, and then they think they defeated Black, but of course not. Black is way too strong for that. Breaks out of the buildings and proceeds to fire key blasts at all the human resistance, and basically wipes them all out, except for Mai. Future Trunks comes in to try and stop him. He's in Super Saiyan form, and then pretty much he gets one-shotted in the stomach. Future Trunks powers down to base form. Black grabs him by the scarf or the neck, or whatever you want to call it. It's funny, or it's not funny. There's a line here that Black's telling Future Trunks his motives for destroying all of humanity. This is a kind of how shall I say this? A critical scene for Black, because it kind of tells the motives. Anyway, so he tells the motives to Trunks about how he's seeing humanity as like the failed race kind of thing. He sees them as flawed and stuff, and so after this he throws Trunks down to the ground, fires some ki blasts more. Trunks powers up in his base, not Super Saiyan, he powers up in his base, proceeds to fire ki blasts back at him, and yeah, that's where we ended off. Future Trunks is protecting Mai, and then another flashback of when Mai died. Future Trunks is explaining this to the present Mai. So after all this happened, I also forget to mention that in a alternate scene here, Goku uses his Shunkan Ido, or instant transmission, to Kaiosama's planet because Whis doesn't want to train him, and so he's like, "Hey, King Kai, can you train me again?" And all that, the normal Goku stuff. Vegeta goes into the future, like a gravity room to train some more. Trunks says that Korin is not around, so they can't give him any more senzu beans to anyone. That's another thing that happened. So after this, the last scene of the episode, we get Beerus and Whis feeling about Black Goku, and Beerus kind of notes that Black Goku's ki is somewhere. He's seen it before, he's sensed it before, and that's where we lead into next episode, where spoilers, in the preview we see Zamasu for the first time. This is going to be very interesting because we know from the recent leaks that certain events are going to happen, that Whis, Goku, and Beerus are going to go to another place. I won't say anything about it, just for you guys, in case you guys have not seen it. So, next episode, we're going to get Son Gohan and Future Trunks. Very interesting because we get flashbacks of Trunks, the history of Trunks' timeline, where the whole Future Trunks with one arm thing, fighting the androids 18 or 17 and 18, finding them. We get that whole thing. It almost looks like they're using the entire history of Trunks special for this flashback in next episode. Funny enough, we get Saiyaman Gohan next episode. I wonder what Trunks is going to think. One more thing before I get out of here is that Future Trunks has blue hair in the flashback. In next preview, which is strange. I don't know why they didn't change it to purple, but I don't know. It's weird because he still has blue hair. Yeah. Anyway, I'll let you guys know about Black's more important information about why he wants to wipe out humanity and stuff, and I'll let you guys know about that. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. This episode review. I will see you next week for episode 52, and I'll continue to give you more information about what's going on. So, like I said, leave your comments down below. What do you think about this episode? I thought it was fine. Animation, of course, was on point. No off models or whatever. It's not much action in this one, but quite an interesting quite a bit of interesting and detailed flashbacks. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay awesome, everybody, and have a good one.